Hello, everyone. Today is the 22nd, and this is the Apply Working Group weekly sync meeting. Let's see. Should we first go through and see what we did?
Yeah, you're not sharing the screen now. Should I change it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can probably share the screen just a second. Actually, oh, do you want to sign in on the? Oh, you got to type in that. How about WG Apply? Somebody's trying. Still says I'm joining the meeting. Oh, well, I'm in already. All right. Well, those of us in the room will just have to suffer through our technology here. Nick failed. Never seen that one before.
How are we supposed to press that button?
Our non-touch screen TV is giving us a try again button. Okay, let's see. Jenny wrote some stuff, so let's talk about that while Sean figures out.
Yeah.
So get open API spec wiring into master. But the PRs are not merged. Okay, we gotta treat getting stuff merged into master as an emergency because the branch is closing, what, Friday?
It was extended for a week, right?
I think this is the extended for a week.
This is, yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Is it this Friday or?
I think it was going to be this Friday.
Or is next Friday now? Okay. Okay, so we got.
I can check, but
okay. There we go.
Yay.
Okay, so Jenny says on chat that stuff is done but not merged. That means.
Yeah, we need these somewhat quickly.
We need.
Like I can't write any integration test without the content type.
Yeah.
We can't do much without the content type.
I think it seems like we have a theme going on with things that are done but not merged.
Yeah.
So does that mean reviewers of the broken loop, or does
No, I don't think so. I've been very careful to review the code very quickly. We just had like back and forth.
Oh, so it's like just missing. Is it missing an LGTM now, or?
Yes, but I think it's been pushed like 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
so I'm sorry I haven't done it yet.
Okay. They just need approvals now? Okay, so does that mean I'm the weakest link?
Nobody is.
Okay, let's from the top. Sean, E2E types.
Still working on it.
Still working on it, okay. Jenny's, we were talking about that one. Last week was a disaster for me.
I don't know what this means. Defaulting. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's the conversion and defaulting
yeah,
stuff.
I did exactly 0 work on this. Yeah. This week is going to be better because I don't have a random trip to GlueCon in the middle.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Okay, this other one is also still waiting.
Actually, no, except yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Start server-side apply test suite. At least one test. Do
we have one test. It's not working. It's not doing what we wanted to do. But we have one test.
But it's not merged yet.
So the test is doing the following. It's trying to use the new apply content type to create an object. Which one, this feature doesn't exist, and 2, we don't have the content type.
Did you send it to the?
So I sent it to CC'd you and.
Is it against the feature branch though? Because
yes.
It should. Oh, are we still waiting for Jenny's?
But I mean, it's not going to work. I'm still using the SMP instead of as a content type. since I don't have the actual content type merged.
I see. Okay.
And so it's failing to create the object because it's not there, which is good. But we don't test what we want to test.
Yeah, it's testing that it fails.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does. So the goal is not to get it merged yet, but at least it's written. We just have to make a couple of changes and then we'll do.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is we didn't get anything done.
That's one way to put it.
I wonder, do we need a? I wonder if we need a spreadsheet tracking open PRs to make sure that.
Do you think it's been a problem?
So if we throw it in that Slack channel, right, that's how actually I'm going back to try to see where PRs are, which ones are out and when they went out. And actually, I think we stopped putting them in there. I didn't see Jenny's in there.
Also, we're missing too many stand-ups, which is a good opportunity to say, can you please be my PR?
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
So I think we need to be more diligent about that.
Are we supposed to have a daily stand-up?
Daily stand-up, 10:07 every morning.
Oh, okay.
Are you not invited?
I feel like it's a bad time. Does anybody else feel like it's a bad time?
We chose it for you.
Come on, we spent like. Tell me, we can change it. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm open.
What time is it?
It's 10:07.
10:07. Oh.
Be careful.
That's fine. Can you invite me?
You are there in now.
Okay.
So Daniel, just pick a time. I think that.
Yeah, we
Speaking
moved.
for myself.
My team's stand-up got moved from 10:20 to 10:50.
Do you want to do
So we could move this
10
to
or 40?
10,
38?
38, yeah, 10:38. How about that?
I can move it. It's a bit later too, so maybe it's better. $10:40 is. You have a meeting at. No, it's at 50. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. So 47 is good.
Get rid of the 10-minute.
Well, 37.
Yeah.
Give us at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, we should have it just to be more than the 10
Okay, I
minutes.
make 49.
30, yeah,
39.
38 to 49.
Okay.
That's the end time.
So you have 1 minute to go to the other meeting.
Yeah, okay, that should be fine. So I think does somebody want to volunteer to tell me not to read my email? Because that would help me out.
So you've read Ur's strategy on like twice a day or once a day, right? Once you get in, go through it, don't put it in another tab and don't read it again till the end of the day.
Oh, don't worry, he's not going to find the tab anyway.
Yeah.
And his
I can
other-
try. Okay, if I receive an email from you, I'll. I can even set a filter maybe to answer like anytime I receive an email from you.
Yeah. The issue is I didn't go back to the email tab for a chat window or to write an email, and then I'm lost.
Can you use the Hangout?
I've tried that in the past. Maybe I should try it again.
So Ur's other tip is to learn the hotkeys for Gmail, and it actually comes in handy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
XXXXXY. Which
Yeah, I
select,
used them in a-
select and archive.
What else can we do to go?
So as Antoine mentioned, there was a little time when we kind of missed out on our stand-ups.
Yeah.
And so the week after KubeCon, I guess it was kind of hard to get us all back on track. And,
Yeah.
And I think that's a good point. I think once we start pinging each other on these stand-ups, that hopefully we'll get back into a better groove.
Yeah, I think moving it a little later gives Jenny's bus a bit more time to get into, so
Yeah.
that'll probably be good. I have 3 things we can do. Is there anything else anyone can think of?
There is the perception of fastness, of speed. Like we were talking about that yesterday with Sean. How do we know we have a problem with speed?
Well, we look at the points that we're doing.
Yeah, we look at.
Yeah, but the points are pretty random, and
that's our metric, right?
I mean, we were doing like a little bit. Okay, so that's sprint 1. We did like 7 points. Sprint 2, we did like 10 points. And we did 3 points, 8 points. And we did quite a few in sprint 5, and then it's been like downhill since then. So, right, like 20 in sprint 5.
6 has nothing.
10 and 6, and then nothing in 7. That's the one we just finished.
So the perception is that we will be going slower because we didn't get anything done this or didn't complete anything.
So, so here's one question, because I think some of us were working on other things this week. So, like, how much of your time was actually spent on this? Like, Sean, I think very little of your time was spent on this.
Yeah, same, not as much as I wish.
And I spent 0 time on this. I think Jenny is probably the only productive person here.
Yay!
So if we could just clone Jenny. Okay, so.
Yeah, so what I've done yesterday with Sean is that we looked at the project map, and we have different things that are useful there. One, we have the entire things that we need to, all the things we need to build, and I think we built a much more significant piece of than what I expected initially. Like if you look at it down, that we have done many things in the project map. Not everything, I agree, but we have done a lot of these things.
All right, that might be a useful exercise.
Because it gives you back perspective. As opposed to you're trying to do this, you don't feel like you're moving fast enough, but you don't really know relative to what. When you look at the project map, you realize, oh yeah, we've done this and this and this, and we missed that and that. So that's one thing. Then I looked at the timeline, where you had like written what we needed to do in what order. Or maybe on phase 3 out of 7, but some of these are smaller.
Okay.
So it's interesting to look at it and to get a perspective of where we stand
and back and see where we are.
But I like, obviously we're not going to make any progress if we're not spending any time on this.
Yes.
So
not disagreeing.
What's the nature of the things that are trumping this?
It was administrative and 6 Live, but I've cleared the plate and moved everything off now. So
Some release stuff.
Okay.
A lot of, and you know that a lot of orthogonal things to apply. Or we can decide to go this way, or we can decide to go this way.
Yeah. I know I dumped some extraneous stuff on Jenny also.
Like this work Jenny is doing, right? This is something we've done already. We're just doing it again for a good reason. But if you look at it from like a moving perspective, it can feel like we've not moved so much. I think we've done. It's great that we've done that, but it can feel like we haven't moved.
Okay.
But I think it's useful. Fixing the APIs, describing the union one-off. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like what should we do? All these things take time.
Okay. But for the coming week, we've all got time for this, and we're not going to be. If people interrupt us, we can say, "Let's talk about that next sprint."
Yeah.
Is this one of these situations where next sprint we have a bunch of things in PR? Next spring we are going to do more points because we accumulated things.
Possibly.
Yes, this happens. As you said before, like there are sprints where we have a lot of points because the tasks are potentially bigger than 1 week, a lot of them. And so for 1 week we don't deliver anything. and the next week we deliver
One sprint,
everything.
because we do 2 weeks, right?
These are we've been meeting every week.
Oh, every week for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe that's too frequently.
So
but
for 1 week we do nothing, and we do nothing, and the next week we deliver everything. So we have 0 point, and then 15, and then 0, and then.
So just so we know, next week is a 4-day week because of the Memorial
yeah,
Day.
yeah, Monday we shoot.
Just to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too
Yeah.
taking too much time out.
The only thing that I would say is, if we're going to do 1 week sprints, we need to break down tasks, to the smaller.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Smaller tasks.
Plus, it goes with the perspective. If you deliver constantly, you have the feeling of moving fast. If you're working on one big thing and you deliver in 6 months, you have the feeling of not moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it takes time to split the tasks.
Let's talk over email about whether we want to switch to 2 week sprints. I don't know if our time is well spent breaking tasks down even smaller. That takes time too.
True.
Okay. So I've just left everything in sprint 8. Do we want to take anything out? Sean, you're going to go back to working on this. It sounds like Jenny's 2 things are very close. Maybe we should give something else to Jenny.
Patch handler add test. She's working on that if it's not done already.
Okay.
This needs to be done, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So if
Jenny,
it's,
are you okay if we move this into, oh, she's, yeah, okay. Jenny says yes on chat. Okay, and I really intend to do this week. I know I said that the last 2 weeks, but this time I'm serious.
so another thing which may spur us is if we, and I'm sure there's going to be pushback on this, if we do things in pairs, pair programming and even pair design writing, where you find the time when somebody's sitting next to you to actually, I know that this brings up a lot of strong feelings, but I think that pair programming really makes for really good reviews and also spreads the knowledge throughout the team.
A lot of the back and forth we had with Jenny would not have happened if we had pair program. Also, sometimes it forces you to focus. Yeah, like you set up time on your calendar. Like for these 2 hours, we're going to work together. You can't read emails when you're pair programming. That's the best. Because, I mean, it's very embarrassing for the other person. So that's one good thing. It helps with focus.
I totally don't care if people want to try that. I know the one time I did pair programming, I wrote like several thousand lines of code in a day, and it was no, it was awful. I was like drained like a sponge afterwards.
But let's try it again anyway.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And you want somebody from your team to know about the defaulting. Because I'd be interested in understanding this piece.
The defaulting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to.
It's a dog though.
I need to go refresh my. There's history in the PR that I need to go refresh my memory on. Okay. We have plenty to do here.
I know you don't think it's useful, but I'd probably work on the kubectl thing because I think it's going to be very fast and it's going to be useful for me.
Yeah, we won't take time off of what we're doing.
Okay.
It'll just be like a short amount of time to throw something
I
in.
mean, if you think you're going to do it, I might as well
Get credit for it.
Yay. Alpha div. Apply here.
I guess we'll have to do that in the feature branch.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's call it a day. Any closing thoughts? All right. Talk to you later. Stop the recording.